everybody doing? My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have got up feeling like, I don't know, I feel like Jeff warmed up. I'm very sorry, but I do. You know, the builders, the smell of that rubber the other day nearly knocked me flying. It just knocked me off kilter, and I feel like, I don't know, like you can get high from fumes, can't you? You can actually get high from fumes. And what I did was I left the windows and the door to the balcony open, and that rubber smell came into the flat. So when I went to bed the other day, just right up your nose, you know, a huge rubber stink. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 7:43 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Friday the 6th of May.
And Alexa, the weather. Alexa, the weather.
In Rochester, it's 11 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 11 degrees.
Start stretching. I've had a headache for the past 4 or 5 days. I'm living with it. And my body feels, oh God, my legs, they hurt. So yesterday, guys, I went up to my mum's. I actually did go up to my mum's when I said I wasn't going to do it. Because, you know, when you're stuck indoors by yourself all day and there's absolutely no one to speak to, it gets monotonous. It really gets monotonous. So my mum ordered a taxi for 11 o'clock because I feel 11:30 is too late. And basically the day it's nearly lunchtime. Do you know what I mean? So the taxi came, and the taxi driver was the one that took me and Mum to Lord's Wood where she had a flu jab. He said hello to me, and that was it. Got in the taxi, drove us up to Double Gardens. Karen wasn't there, the lady that lives next door to my mum, the one that goes to Pentington every day. But the lady with the pink hair and the female dog, about the size of Max, was there. And she was up and down, walking the dog about. And I went indoors and sat down where my dad used to sit by the French window. And you get a lot of really lovely birds coming near the window. There was a robin, there was 2 little sparrows, you get blue tits. Because Veronica next door has got bird feeders, and she puts all seeds in them, and you get some really beautiful birds. And Dad used to sit there and watch the pigeons and the robins and the sparrows and the blue tits all go past the window. A couple of lovebirds as well. It's quite just looking out the window round there. It's absolutely beautiful, and there was no noise. No noise like drilling or banging or screeching. There was absolutely no noise at all. And it's, you know, living here is a constant headache, and it was so refreshing just to sit. I know my mum goes on and on and on about Dad, which she was doing again, and things in her past, but the drilling and the smog the other day, you know, I wasn't here, I was on another planet, because smells can make you high and dizzy. So I sat round with my mum, put the news on, Sky News, BBC News. I couldn't get 4 in a bed on, that channel wouldn't come on for some reason. I wanted to watch 4 in a bed, the hotel programme, it wouldn't come on. So I watched a few bits of GPs behind closed doors, the doctor's surgery series, my mum, it's my birthday, I'm 26. So Charlotte, Amanda's daughter with the black hair, she's got black hair, was 26 yesterday, and she was talking to my mum over the phone. Sue didn't come in because Sue wasn't there, just Barry was. Sue had gone away for the day, so Barry was there, but there was no Sue, so I was left alone with my mum. Sue didn't knock on the door or come in, but Sue rang my mum as well to see if my mum was okay. Nobody rang me, and I didn't know Charlotte's number had 666 in it. So when Charlotte rang my mum's landline phone, in an automated male voice, it went dun 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 666. A little while after that, the lights in the living room flashed on and off. You know, where my dad used to sit, the lamp with the light, it started flashing on and off after this 666 came up. And Mum said it's getting really, really, really cold in her flat. Really cold, more colder than it normally is. And the lights kept going on and off. All the time I was round there, the lights kept coming on and off, which was quite scary actually. So Mum ordered a takeaway, she ordered a burger and chips, and she asked me what I wanted, and it came into my head, I wanted a piece of cod roe, a pickled egg, and my dad used to call me Egg, he used to call me Joe Egg, because Joe Egg was disabled. She was a disabled girl. It was a film about a disabled girl called Joe Egg. And Dad used to call me Spastic. He used to call me Joe Egg because I couldn't breathe as a child. I used to walk around with my mouth open because I've always breathed through my mouth and not my nose. So, a pickled egg came into my head. So the Sikh takeaway driver rang my mum's doorbell, and he seemed to be in a hurry. So my mum got the burger, but my cod roe was missing. The cod roe wasn't there. So I ate the pickled egg and the chips. Mum ate the burger, and she said it wasn't very nice. She said, you shouldn't put hard onions in a burger, they should be soft. I have never had a problem with Sandhu's burgers, but my mum said she didn't like it. Mum rang the takeaway place up again and said the cod roe was missing, and she said, I'll have 2 cod roe. So a while later on, the same Sikh driver rang the doorbell again, and he gave Mum cod and chips. So he gave Mum the cod and chips. I myself didn't want more chips. I would have preferred to have 2 cod roes, but I ate the cod roe and kept the chips. So I stayed with my mum till about 6 o'clock. Mum was yapping away, she was laughing her head off, she was singing. She even started singing, my mum did, and she's 75, telling me her birthday is next week. And when would I like to come up again? Probably Monday, she said. Monday would be a good idea for me to come up. Monday, next Monday. So around 6 o'clock-ish, my mum rang for a taxi, and this is the funny part. Mum is always going on about her Indian mental health nurse called Ben. My mum is always going on about the Indian male nurse Ben that she had. So this Indian driver, male, really sick Indian with the thick lips, ground floor flats, and every time my neighbour goes out and takes his kids to his car, they start barking. They start barking like mad. So, oh, that's fun. The dog's downstairs, where the lady with the spaniel used to live. A couple's moved in, a disabled couple, and they've got 2 dogs, and they bark every time someone goes past. Where was I? So basically, this lovely, bubbly Indian man get in the back seats of the car, and the Indian bloke goes, "Hello, doggy! Hello, doggy!" to Max, not me. "Hello, doggy!" And he's chatty and he's bubbly, and he tells me to take my face mask off because whenever I get into a taxi, it's an overpowering smell of air fresheners and body deodorant, and I can't breathe. He went, "Take your mask off," because he wanted to speak to me. So he was all the way talking about dogs. He said he had a staffy. All the way talking about dogs. Gets out of the taxi round the corner and he goes, "Bye, doggy! Bye, goody doggy!" He was talking like that. And the number plate of the white taxi was UG, UG, half the word ugly. He kept calling Max doggy, 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 doggy. When I went out later on this evening, there was a lady that looks like a younger version of my mother with grey hair. She drives a blue car and she's got a big white curly-haired dog. I went on the field and her dog chased Max about, and the dog jumped on my legs and she didn't seem to be able to control it, so I held the dog while she put the lead on the dog, and she said thank you. So I talked to the lady right opposite me. She's got a lovely white dog with grey hair, pure grey hair, and so there are some polite people. I also went out to the co-op about 8 o'clock last night because I'd run out of coffee. So I went up to the co-op last night with all the dogs barking on their balconies as I walked up and down, me, Crystal. All the dogs were barking when I went to the co-op and back down, and the same usual stupid noises. But I ignored it. I was happy. I hadn't been sitting in here with loud drilling and smog on my own all day, so I was quite happy when I came back in the taxi yesterday. Even all the way down the road, the driver was talking about a doggy. Good doggy. His doggy does as it's told. I don't know, I think I should start putting dog in my YouTube channel, but it won't be derogatory. Top dog, top-notch dog or something like that, because if everybody's referring to me as a dog, you know, like Snoop Dogg. Oh, and I went in Andrew Goyne's chat room last night and someone was calling themselves a black witch. A black witch was in Andrew Goyne's chat room last night. So the racial prejudice is still going on as well. The racial hatred, which you can't get rid of. People will always be bigots and racists and bullies, and you won't be able to stop that. But yes, there was a black witch in Andrew Goyne's chat room, and I know there are people out there that don't like Meghan Markle. So I don't know where it's coming from. It's unnecessary, but there you are. But I personally would not hold grudges and things against people and get on with my life and do something positive than rather be racist and a bully and do other people harm. But that's me. Anyway, guys, have a good day. The Crow car's coming round the corner. corner and the ones with the ag and the og and the ugh, and I'm just going to keep smiling. See you later.